It's the NFL on EA Sports. And up next are the Texans' bruising running back. He had a performance for the ages last week, one of the greatest we'll ever witness. It's the Texans and the Browns, and it comes...
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
And he's taken down, back at his own 7. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Fielded just inside the 30. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They're led out by Malik Willis, the rookie who started his college career at Auburn and finished with the Liberty Flames. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10, it's Willis. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. 3rd down, it's Willis. He's got a man, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Willis now off play action, rolling to his right. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. DJ Moore, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here's Tremont Smith. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. You know, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention that they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Mills. Eluding the pressure right. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Willis got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give him 32 on the play.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Willis will look to throw on 1st down. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. DJ Moore. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers on the ground for Pierce last week, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
First down, they go right back to Pierce. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On play action, Mills. Now he's forced out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. Back to the ground with Pierce. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Mills. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one, but that is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6.
It's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Willis from the gun on 3rd down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Here we go, sack!
Trying for it on 4th down. Here's Willis. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Boy, a real head scratcher there. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Mills on first down. Working the middle, and he's got it complete to Akins, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. They'll toss this to Pierce on the right side. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Here's Mills. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth. On fourth down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
Week 13 here in the NFL, first weekend of December. Playoff races definitely coming into focus now, and we got a couple of good ones in prime time. Tonight, national audience gets a look at the Colts for a second straight weekend. This time they're at Dallas, 7:20 Central Time for that kick. And then Monday night, Saints and Bucks from Tampa.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready?
On 2nd down and 4.
Willis.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Here's Willis now off the play fake.
He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
The Browns at 10-1 now on the year. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
He's got a man, complete. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, 67 yards.
And the Browns take a 3-touchdown lead. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And it is now 21-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out comes Houston.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mills to throw it. To Pierce, they set up a screen.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Delivers another one to Pierce. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Cleveland offense making their way out. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Cougar 19. Pioneer.
2nd down throw coming by Willis. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Cooper's first catch, and good for a 1st down. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Willis from the gun on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here we go, here we go.
Going on 4th down. Here's Willis. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here. Already inside the red zone. Knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Mills. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throwing, Mills. Out to the left, he's got his tight end, Akins.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Now Mills.
Flushed out right. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone.
This one fielded at the 5.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
Oh, I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterbacks confident.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 37 yards. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
No, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen to fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
19 right.
Willis looking to throw on first down. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
The shotgun snap to Willis.
And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on?
What was that, man?
Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
From the gun, here's Willis.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He wants it all for the end zone. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Brandon Cooks and the rest of the offensive crew trotting back into place out there. And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is it allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit, meaning if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has. On 2nd and 7, Mills. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Mills now looks to throw on first down. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Mills to the air again. That's complete to the tight end, Akins. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Second down at 4. Mills. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think
under pressure, and they got to him again. Myles Garrett in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. This from 42 yards out. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will close the gap down to 14. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
Fields it right around the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Once again, we got to get it done as a group. Anytime that ball comes to me, I'm trying to take it to the house. Come on. Oh, let's do it already. Rock and roll, baby. He's ridiculous. This is your game, baby.
Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we send you on over to our past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This one fielded at the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
To the air on first down, here's Willis.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Here's Willis, 3rd and long.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half. Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw, Mills. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. Well, following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Browns drive about to get started. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Willis. That pass complete to Moore. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Ready, break. Ready.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run it again with Chubb. Taken down at the 30.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
He rifles complete, caught by Moore. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Now Willis to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Amari Cooper from 3 yards out as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Mills now. Looking for the out route here, and he's got Cooks. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. First and 10, it's Pierce. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Here's Mills. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Here's Cameron. Been terrific so far. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air.
Okay,
and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Browns drive about to get started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
22 yards there, a first down. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Trap 60, go!
2nd down, Willis looks to throw here. He's going to look deep for more. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. Back now in Houston. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Willis. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Houston set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
From the shotgun, it's Mills.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Mills, fourth down, gotta have it.
He finds Aguilar over the middle.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
First down, Mills.
Completes it to Aguilar.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Let's go now.
Mills again. He's got his man. It's Pierce. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Mills now from the 50.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Vita Vea in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
It's Chris Harris with a pick.
And the Browns are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Now Willis on 1st and 10.
And that is incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 34.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Willis looking to throw on 1st down.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Again, Willis to throw.
That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards on the play.
Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have it.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Amari Cooper, a 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Browns extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
And now out comes Houston.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Again to throw, Willis on second down. And he whips that one incomplete there. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Trying for it on fourth down. Here's Willis. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Malik Willis, 14 yards. And the Browns continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. 1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 22. A first down throw for Mills. Being chased out left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mills. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Mills. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Fielded at the 20. Now, a nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Give them 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Now Willis to throw.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Throwing, Mills.
Myles Garrett, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. Out of his end zone, Mills.
He's got it complete to Aguilar. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Mills.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mills.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
He's going to look deep for Moore. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of...
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Browns, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to